How does someone get 153,000 followers?
This is actually one of my secrets on LinkedIn. Every week I comment over 400 comments.
Wow.
Yes.
I need to level up my game.
The more you invest in personal branding, you're the one going to ghost the recruiter.
Personal branding for me, visibility equals opportunity.
I am giving advice for everyone, don't use AI. There is 1,000 people applied for this job. How you will stand out between all of these people? If you want to play smart, you have to tailor your CV in every application.
A lot of work.
If you want the job, you have to do it.
One of my goals to eliminate CVs. When I come from US, I literally did over 65 interviews. They told me you're overqualified. How come I am overqualified? There is so many qualified Emiratis. That's why I'm expanding to Instagram. I will go to their play field. I will speak their language and I will pull them to LinkedIn.
Have you ever wanted a job in the UAE, leaving your current job or just finding a new one, and applied so many times but still struggling to land that job? Today's guest, Ahmed AlDhraif, a UAE national, is going to take us through all the tips and tricks of how to optimize our LinkedIn profile to get more visibility from all of the HR leaders in the region. So Ahmed, ahlan wa sahlan, hayak.
Marhaba.
UAE is your home country, and actually a home country to many of us expats. You've actually created such a large following on LinkedIn, which is super interesting, around HR and the workspace. How have you seen the evolution in the region? Why are people moving out? Why are people making this place their home?
See, most of the expats come here for, it's a tax haven, for sure. And other than that, the safety of Dubai and UAE overall, and all its processes and how smooth and battery the processes here in UAE. You can literally set up your business in one day instantly. So this is the things why most people come to Dubai.
And what are you most proud of?
Literally everything. Literally everything, because my only concern is to have a fine from radar. That's the only concern that I have.
There are a lot of cameras now. Let's just say that.
Yeah. But imagine that's your only concern here in a country. So that's a really good point.
How does someone get 153,000 followers on LinkedIn?
I literally build LinkedIn as a CV, same as everyone else. Like people just join and leave even without optimizing their profiles, without adding any profile picture, portrait, or literally anything make them visible. Then I literally had to work at least 3 or 4 hours as a part of my work as a recruiter. I had to go through LinkedIn and I had to do like network, to meet, to engage with people, to headhunt, and etc. And I was actually applying for a job in LinkedIn. So I was literally working in LinkedIn on both sides as a job seeker and as a recruiter. So I literally understand how it's working both sides. I know how recruiters reach out to job seekers, and I know as a job seekers how recruiters are reaching out to me. And then I discovered personal branding without even me. Without even that I know it's a personal branding thing.
You do such a great job of it. I mean, to build the profile, not even understand the foundations. You've got a super strong personal brand online.
The funny part of personal branding, the more you invest in yourself in personal branding, you're the one going to ghost the recruiters. You're the one, the recruiters going to follow up with you, and etc. So if you're going to ask me, would you rather like apply to every job available in the market or build your personal branding? I will go with personal branding, because building your personal branding, it's actually more effective than applying to any other jobs.
I didn't prep Ahmed for this, by the way. You're driving it for me. Like personal branding for me, visibility equals opportunity.
It is.
So the more that you're seen, known, and remembered.
Yeah.
But building on that point, so the whole thing of spraying, applying, that's very common, right? And we see this all the time. And like people, and especially, you know, after the easy apply on LinkedIn, now people just apply. And but here it's very normal to get hundreds and hundreds.
And you saw that too?
Yes. And the thing is, there is no one CV fit for all. Like I literally built the software, so I understand the ATS, which is stand for Application Tracking System.
Can you explain what that is exactly?
It's application tracking system. It's literally in every job board. It's in LinkedIn, in every government career page. When you go there is an ATS system. So it's matching and ranking your CVs. To have one CV and to apply it to every job, it's a really big mistake for most of people who's trying to apply. You need to tailor your CV to each application, and it need to be a really good quality in terms of you need to match the keywords of the job description. You can literally just copy the GD, put it in AI, literally put it in anywhere in ChatGPT or anywhere, and just tailor your CV ethically, of course. Don't change your experience or anything. Just the keywords.
Change your identity.
Yes. So I literally tell ChatGPT, I give it a great prompts like don't change my main experience, just only the keywords. Yes.
Before you came on the podcast, you were talking about how people don't realize when they apply for jobs, it's not going directly to a human, it's going straight to a system, and then it's hitting the human.
Yes.
And people don't really understand that thought process, and that's why the keywords are very important to get through the system to the human.
Yes.
And then to get to the human directly, you're saying build up your profile online so that the human can see you past the system.
Yes.
Okay, that's so interesting.
Yes. It's very simple, but still people see it very confusing. Imagine that you have two CVs, one CV for a network, which is LinkedIn or whatever else, and the other CV, it's actually the ATS CV, which is literally for the system itself to match you up. In every LinkedIn job post, you will see like there is 1,000 people applied for this job. How you will stand out between all of these people? Recruiter will never look at all of these people. The system will. So the system will look at your keywords if it's matching the job description of this job post or not, and it will match you based on the job description itself.
Okay, so you got to get your keywords. Keywords are very important, especially when applying.
Yes. And when I tell anyone about this, they keep telling me, Ahmed, so I need to tailor my CV in every job application.
It's a lot of work. Yes, you got to do the work.
Yes,
you have to.
It's work.
You have to. It's work, but they have to do it.
Yes.
If you want the job, you have to do it.
Yes, they have to do it to stand out, especially when in LinkedIn or any job boards. When you do any invitation in LinkedIn, it will ask you if you want it to be personalized or not. This is actually considered as a mini cover letter. For example, I have over 6,000 maybe invitation. I literally only accept people who did like a personal message for me because I know he put some efforts. There's something he want to reach out to me.
And you still have 153,000? Even though you're being selective?
You're going to have now like 300, 400,000 since you've given away the strategy, getting your attention.
Actually, you know, when I am interested to anyone, I want to have a connection with them. I literally write a message, and the message it should be weird. It shouldn't be like an AI generated message. It should be weird, literally weird.
Spelling mistakes? Like
spelling mistakes,
is that
yeah, you can't go with the spelling mistakes. You can't say wow or anything. You can start even about like a question, avoid this or anything. Anything that can hook the reader. For example, I received this kind of message. It was a little bit funny. Like some people send me a message like, what do you think about this? You know, I don't know what he meant, but he literally hooked me on. So I tried to...
Like to see more and you couldn't see more.
Yes. So there is some tricks because any leader on LinkedIn, they have no time to approve for any, for like, say 1,000, 2,000 invitation. You need to have like a mini cover letter on the invitation, personalized invitation. I'll tell you one funny story. I heard two people through LinkedIn. One through comment because he commented. I didn't even ask for their CVs. I saw his comment. To me, to be honest, like a merely comment is actually like a mere interview for me. I saw their comments. I checked their profile. I was very impressed with his profile and his personal branding, etc. Then I reached out to him to hire him. Without even asking their CV, I didn't even saw their CVs. I just saw the results, the value he's added, and that's it. Same goes for my other member on the team. I didn't even ask for their CVs. I saw their values on LinkedIn, what they can bring in the table, and I literally reached out to them to hire them. Other than that, even your comments, some people I see, even my own post, they comment, and I'm not sure if they are aware that all the people can see their comments or not. Really, this is really, especially your network, especially your company, especially now LinkedIn have an update. Whenever you comment, you can see how many people viewed your comments.
Yeah, the impressions it's showing underneath there. Yes.
And this is literally 2 months ago. It's a new update. And it's going to show you how impactful the comment is. Mm-hmm. This is actually one of my secrets on LinkedIn. Every week I comment over 400 comments, maybe.
Wow.
Yes.
400
comments.
I was going to say, I comment, but I don't comment 400.
No. Amazing.
I'm telling you, I tried everything on LinkedIn. Mm-hmm. I tried AI. It didn't work. So I'm giving advice for everyone. Don't use AI. You can use AI to help formatting, to help you to write anything, but don't write AI, because anyone who's really great in AI, they can immediately recognize this is an AI post or AI comment. Mm-hmm. Like I can literally know who's if this is a human tone AI comment or no.
And your positioning is hiring human again.
Yes. I even don't engage with AI comments. I don't engage with any AI post. I'm pretty sure this is an AI post. I never engage with them.
I'm also starting to get the hang of it now. Mm-hmm. I can now tell as well. I think gradually everybody can tell if a post is AI generated or not.
It's the words.
Because AI has a particular type of wording and choice of words that it uses.
Over 80% of CVs in the ATS right now is actually generated from ChatGPT or any other AIs.
80%.
80%.
That's a big number.
It's a big number.
And this is a recent phenomenon, right? Because ChatGPT's only come in the last few years.
Yeah. What's your favorite prompt? Because there's a lot of people that don't know how to use AI. I mean, because I work in marketing, it comes a little bit more natural in terms of how to write, what I can pick out, how do I humanize and storytell. But for someone that doesn't know, what would you say the best prompt is?
My way of prompt, to be honest, I never use prompt in my head. I always use like a custom ChatGPT. It's called power prompting. Mm-hmm. I tell them what I want, and it generates for me the perfect prompt for whatever I'm going to do.
So you prompt it to prompt you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's actually how it's work. It's really crazy in that term. For example, I have a prompt over, let's say, for over 1,000 characters. Like there is so much you can't write it by yourself. And to create your prompts, actually, you're going to tell them act as a prompt engineer who have experience and to create this prompt. And tell them whatever prompts you want.
How does that change the dynamic? So earlier you were receiving original, non-ChatGPT CVs.
Yes.
I mean, we've come across so many candidates who are meticulously trying to develop their own CV, or some being very casual about it, just copy pasting job descriptions from their JDs and then just sending it.
Yes.
And now everybody has something which is,
but it creates another problem now.
What's the problem?
Yes. Now all of them are similar.
Yes.
The same keywords.
Yes.
As a recruiter who knows AI, I can literally spot AI CVs. For myself, I am using literally CV for paperwork. That's it. I don't see any value into it. I see the value after I see the result, after I see what he brings to the table, after I did interview, I understand technically what he's in, if he's a culture fit or not, and etc. I never see any CVs or etc. It's just for a paperwork purpose.
So that's interesting. You don't like CVs at all, and you feel like that's something that's going to be phased out?
Actually, one of my goals to eliminate CVs. Should be digitalized, should be on your Emirates ID or anywhere. If you want to play smart, you have to tailor your CV in every application. So this is like an endless job. You guys are a recruitment agency. I will ask you one question. Who have a better chance to get hired? The people you are headhunted or the people who are applying to your agency?
The people who are headhunting.
Exactly. So why? Because they are visible. The more they are visible, the more people are actually headhunting them. So that's my approach. I would rather build my personal branding than keep applying with my CV to everywhere. That's actually my advice to everyone. And definitely part, the more you invest on personal branding, the more opportunities that you're going to have. The more you don't even want to get hired anymore. You will find better opportunities. You will find a way how to create your own business and etc. So personal branding, it's actually a mandatory thing nowadays.
I can't believe this is recording. I promise that this was not a preemptive conversation. But in terms of making visibility, so there was a point where you were like, okay, great. The effort that I'm spending creating my brand, now I'm starting to see the reward? Because personal branding is more of a marathon, not a sprint.
It is.
How do you encourage people to start personal branding, especially the graduates that are coming up?
Yes, I will tell you something funny. When I come from US, I literally did over 65 interviews. They all ghosted me. I never heard any answers, and I was like clueless. What's going on? Like I was so hyped. I studied abroad and etc. I thought I'm bringing you values and etc. And one reached out to me. They told me you're overqualified. How come I am overqualified? I'm literally just a fresh graduate. So it was really weird. I saw the hiring system is really broken, and I literally made my let's say my goal is to change the hiring system. One of my goals is actually to teach fresh graduates to have a workshop, teach them how to optimize their LinkedIn, how to be visible to the workplace nowadays, and to the business and etc. The only people that I literally hire is the people I hand. I never have CV in my database and I hire them. No. There is a funny thing that I want to mention as well. You see that green framework?
This one, the open to work?
Yes. So I had actually a meeting with multiple recruiters and recruitment agencies. They all agrees. I'm not sure if you guys agree as well. It's a red flag. I don't know why, but most of them are literally agreed on this. They see it as a red flag because they look more desperate. Yeah, and they literally. I saw a guy who skipped 2 people who have this open to work green frame.
It's regional, right? Because in other countries like Australia, it's actually celebrated that you do change your profile. So this region, for some reason, sees this as a major red flag.
Why you want to show everyone that you are open to work, and maybe it's going to fire back at you on your own work, you know.
Well, that's great advice.
Yeah. Especially if you're currently with an employer.
Yes,
I'm open to work.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, even my
people aren't doing that.
Yes, doing it
while they're at work, employed.
Yes.
I heard my boss open to work.
I see it a lot right now. I even reach out to them. I send them DM. Please remove this one. Remove
oh my gosh!
Come on! Everyone in LinkedIn can see you. Even your line manager, even your.
I personally wouldn't take it negatively if they're out of a job and then they say open to work, and this happens. This happens a lot, right? It happens to everybody at some stage, maybe, you know.
So maybe I think that's something that everyone needs to check, right?
Yes, even if they don't have a green open to work, I can see if you're open to work or no as a recruiter.
As a recruiter, okay.
Yes, as a recruiter. So but again, don't have to show it.
Publicly.
Publicly, yes.
Your chances of getting hired are going to be through the marathon, which is building up your brand on social media, particularly LinkedIn, which is a combination of what's there on the page, but also your messages, your comments, posts.
Exactly.
That's building up to the personal brand.
Yes.
Versus you chucking your CV across and applying to hundreds of jobs. If I understood correctly, so that's going to be...
Yes. Actually, I spoke with Robyn about this. I was doing this without knowing this is a personal branding.
I love that.
Yeah. Then they told me, Ahmed, this is a personal branding. What you're doing is called a personal branding. Then I figured out, okay, what I'm actually doing is a personal branding, which is actually working. I stopped lying. Before this podcast, I literally had an interview. I'm not bragging, but I'm telling you, there is so much opportunity that I start to receive after I built my own personal branding. That's what I'm advising all job seekers or even fresh grads and etc. Start with your personal branding. The more you invest on your personal branding, the more opportunities you will receive. And it's actually working better than applying jobs. Especially you guys as recruitment agencies, you just say that you guys hire only the people you headhunt. Yeah. This is, I think, that you're targeting people who are visible. who's are showing up. It's not necessary. They don't need to be like an influencer on LinkedIn, or they don't need to be a content creator or anything. They can just be visible. They just need to be optimized with their keywords and etc. For example, when you are a recruiter to find any candidate, you look for a certain keywords in your GDs that you're trying to headhunt for. These certain keywords should be in your LinkedIn. For example, I will tell you one trick I tell all my clients. Your section about should have a skill set that it's overall what you bring on the table. Who are you? Not it shouldn't be related to any of the roles and the experience sections. Other than that, when you follow any companies you're interested in LinkedIn, it actually shows to a recruiter that this LinkedIn user are interested in your company. He's following you. They actually care about this. They care about people who's following their companies, standing out between the crowd.
It's a small detail. Big impact.
Yeah. So I always advise people, try to follow all the companies that you're interested in, not just because to show up to the recruiters that you're interested, also to have their news and your feedback, also their opportunities and etc. The more visible you are, the more opportunities that you're going to receive. Okay. For example, I had one opportunity. When I spoke with her, she told me, Ahmed, you know why I had to interview because of your section about. You forced me to read more and to read the whole section about. So there is a trick that I learned from personal branding experts. When anyone's scrolling down your profile, they need to pause in your section about. You have only 3 sentences or maybe 300 characters. Then it will ask you to see more or click more. So you have to be very smart to pick a very good hook to make anyone to pause and click read more.
This is all advertising, right? The hooks and the clickbaits.
Yes.
And kind of.
Yes.
So you're saying that every single point on your LinkedIn needs to have a little hook and clickbait as you scroll through.
Be. Okay. It's a mandatory thing, to be honest. It's a mandatory thing because nowadays who's reading a section about? No one.
Yeah.
No one reading section about.
I see you do this with your posts. So you're saying that even people that want to come from abroad, because there's a huge influx of people now wanting to come into the region, I think it's the #1 spot. So the first step is, if you want to move to the UAE, fix your LinkedIn. Start creating a brand before you even touch your CV and apply for jobs.
Not sure if you guys are familiar with Nakri Golf and Bait.com.
Yes, of course we are.
So I also advise most of the job seekers to create a profile there. It's similar to LinkedIn. You will be more visible. You will start to show on Google search engine and etc.
I call that the digital ecosystem.
Yes.
So as many touch points as you can and control your channels. That's super interesting.
LinkedIn is more of networking. If I want to apply to a job and I see something very interesting and this role is for me, I literally use all the channels. Not just apply it on their website. I apply it on LinkedIn, or if I found it in any job board, not just on LinkedIn. I even reach out to their HR and I even reach out to the hiring manager of this role. Like I'm searching, okay, this role is a business partner. I'm going to find out who's the executive director of business partner or whoever is the business partner is reporting to. So I reach out to them, share with them a cover letter, and tell them what can I bring as a value. Do
HR read cover letters? Do they still read cover letters?
Actually, cover letter is changed. It's not like before now. Your comment actually it's considered as a cover letter. Your personalized invitation is a cover letter right now. Your email is a cover letter. So everything is considered as a cover letter right now. People somehow confuse it with a letter, like a physical cover letter that should be attached on the CV and share it to any HR department or etc. I read it by myself. When someone said the cover letter, I never read the CV. I only read the cover letter, and I can judge between the cover letter if it's worth to read the CV or not.
Really?
Yep. Because whatever he wrote in the cover letter is actually the value that I want. That's why I keep tell people, like, even your CV, show your value, never show your tasks. What I think is actually work, and that's how I built my system is, or my application is. CV is just a paperwork. Cover letter is actually the thing that's going to hire you.
I'm surprised. I never would have thought that would be the answer, to be very honest. But I can understand now because you're a lot more human in your cover letter.
Yes.
And that's why you're saying ChatGPT is writing 80% of the cover letters. And stop doing that. I want to dive into Emiratization. There's a huge mandate now, right, Osama, for people to hire Emiratis.
Yeah.
We went through this journey with like 10 years ago with Saudization. And at the time, it was a big drive in Saudi Arabia. And initially, there was a bit of a demand-supply issue where there weren't enough qualified Saudis.
Okay.
But because every company had a Saudization target, it was like, we just need Saudis. And it was creating this sense of entitlement. But gradually, it's, as and when more and more Saudis came into the market, this problem sort of fixed itself. And now you can find Saudis in almost every field. Emiratization, the process has started more recently. How do you see this evolving? And also, is it realistic to be able to find qualified Emiratis across all disciplines?
Actually, there is so many qualified Emiratis. I will tell you one story that I had the opportunity to work with Tawteen, and there is an initiative called Open Day. We got invited to for this initiative, and me and my colleague. So they told us, just share with us your opening or the vacancies that you have, and we will do the marketing side. We will poll all the job seekers and etc. So me and my colleague in one day we did over 500 interview.
500
interview.
And this, what level are we talking about? Fresh grads or like some experienced or?
Mix. Actually mix, yes. We literally start at 7 a.m. until 6 p.m. and we didn't finish all the job seekers that are trying to find a job. I really had very good exposure at that time. I see so many people are qualified, but they don't know how to stand out. They don't know how to share their voice to the career market. For example, I had one Emirati who have 4 as a GPA as an engineering, and I was just doing a short listing. I told her, okay, what your expectation? And she gave me a very, very, very low salary. And she told me, Ahmed,
really?
And she told me, Ahmed, I just need to get hired. There was an IT technician who's fixing some wires, and he listened to this conversation, me and the candidate. And he was shocked. He told me, Ahmed, how come these kind of gyms are here and no one know about them? So we have a lot of qualified people, but they are buried. They don't know how to be more visible. They don't know how to show their values and etc.
You would think that the new generation of Emiratis graduating, so the 22-year-olds, I mean, but they're all over Instagram.
Yeah, they're on social
media. So just do the same on the professional front.
Again, LinkedIn, they treat it as a CV platform. They never use it as a social media platform. There is a way that I'm trying to do now. That's why I'm expanding to Instagram and to localize my content is actually to pull them to LinkedIn. This is one of my strategy. Okay. I do only English posts on LinkedIn. That's why I expand to Instagram and TikTok. I will go to their play field. I will speak their language. And I will pull them to LinkedIn and how to optimize LinkedIn, etc. This is a way or one of the strategies that I'm doing right now.
Very good.
I love that.
That's amazing.
Playing field.
Yes.
So because literally they still see LinkedIn as like as a CV platform, which is it's far away from a CV platform.
Ahmed, honestly, these insights are amazing. I'm still thinking about the 400 comments that you do every week.
Okay. Yes, that's.
I can't move past that.
Yes.
I need to level up my game. It has been such a pleasure, honestly, having you on here. What an episode. I wish I knew all of this information when I was applying for jobs in the region. Seriously, be sure to continue watching all of our episodes with amazing guests and follow our social channels on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. See you next time.